Hey. I'm so stupid. Okay, oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. All right. I was freaking out. Oh, okay. Hey, you don't even want to know what just happened. I was logged into my other account, not the old one with the. What the heck is going on with this? I hope I have a good connection because it looks weird. So get this. I was sitting on. I have another account that I opened before this one. What is going on? Yes, that's fine. I'm having technical. You would think I would Mercury retrograde right now. I'm having a hell of a time. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I'm having. You don't even want to know. This is not even funny. I was sitting literally on this old channel for 10 minutes. And I'm like, where is everybody at? I'm like, if I was doing a case, people would be here. And I didn't realize Aurora stopped. Well, I gotta tell Shazam because we were confused for a second. So thank you for doing that, Midnight, and I appreciate that. So I have another channel where I have 300 subscribers before I got this one going. I don't even remember why I have that channel. And last night they did an update or something and I got kicked out. Right now my mouth is not matching. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I got kicked out of the chat last night during Summer's reading. And then when I came back, my chat was off and I could not see anybody's chat. But you guys could hear me and hear me talking and stuff. Well, so today I went to go on my YouTube and I'm doing a live normal. And I'm sitting there for 10 minutes. I'm like, where is everybody? Because I know if this was a case, you guys would be here. And even when I put it up, the monetization wasn't coming on. So I'm like, maybe they just do it normally because, they did an update and you don't have to do it anymore. I didn't think anything of it. So again, I'm on there for 10 minutes and someone comes on and I haven't noticed her before. But anyways, she's like, I'm here. And then Shazam comes on and she's like, I'm here. But she didn't have her wrench because one of my moderators, and she didn't have her membership. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Where'd your membership go? And where did the wrench go? And so I added her and then I was like, wait, something's wrong. Am I in the wrong account? Because that one says Psychic Sleuth, but not the Psychic Sleuth. Because there's a couple videos on there, and so I'm like, wait, am I in the wrong account? Because I had 2 people after 10 minutes. It was weird. And then I was like, well, shit. And so I had to get out. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to my regular channel. And then I had a hard time logging into it. It would switch over. So I had to get out of YouTube, get back in, and do it all. And now, my camera looks like it's weird, so I don't know. But that's what took me so long. That took me 30 minutes. Because I sat there for 10 minutes, where is everybody at? I know I have more than 1 and 2 people show up, even if I'm not doing a reading. Because I asked people if they wanted to talk about this, and they said, yeah. And I'm so too tired to do a reading tonight, but I thought this would be something cool to discuss because I was discussing it with some people last night and they said I should do a YouTube on it. So The podcast or the YouTube, Tammy? So that's what was going on. That's why I'm late, because I was like trying to get on from like 8:40. What is going on with you? Stop. And like I said, I'm too burnt out and too tired to like do a reading. So I just figured we'd kind of chit chat about this. I think it's a good thing to talk about. If I feel like it, I have the Rebel deck here. Those are always fun. But Crimezilla, yeah, it has been a long time. I actually don't think I've seen you on a live, and I don't even know how long. You've missed a lot of readings. Thank you, Patty. Yep, hit the thumbs up if you're in here. I'm so glad I don't just have 2 people. I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I just start talking? Because I feel stupid, like, just talking to myself. And then I was like, wait, this is wrong. There's something up, because Shazam didn't have her, like, membership or nothing. And I was like, there's no way, I lost everything. What the heck's going on? I was in the wrong dang account, man. Can't believe it. I feel stupid. No, you're not late. I actually just got here. You're good. You're good. I was just explaining I was live on the wrong account. And no one was there because it's got like 300 subscribers. It's so bad. We only figured it out because Shazam came on and like no one was coming on. And I was like, dude, I know people will be here. What is going on? I'm just giving people a chance to get here. I was like thinking, I know I'm not doing a reading, but I'm still going to have people. Not 2 people. I started to think, I was getting irritated. And Shazam comes on and she's just like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. You lost your membership and your wrench and everything. I'm just glad we figured it out before I wasted another 10 minutes sitting there. Too bad it wasn't logged into it won't let me log into the 5.9K one. This is like the one that I accidentally made. And I don't know, I did a couple videos on there and okay, sounds good. I know it took me forever to get on. I apologize. It's just how things went. Stupid. That one, I can't get on that one anymore. The 5.9K, I can't get on it. We can't comment on it. We can't do anything. Oh, that sucks. That would have been a nice thing. So hopefully I remember everything I want to say. I didn't write down any notes or nothing. Usually when I start talking about this kind of stuff, it just flows because a lot of it's guided and then just stuff that I've learned. The videos on this account or the videos on my old account? Because my old account, every time we would comment, it gets deleted. Because we were trying to get people to this account, which I don't know why. Like, they don't know I'm here. It's not hard to find me. I don't know. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. Our numbers are going up, and surprisingly, I didn't think we'd get this many actually tonight. But if you're here, please hit the like button. It does help. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please make sure the notification bell is turned on. I do have super chat. I do have stickers, and I do have donations if anybody feels like it, but they do not have to. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is just going to be a discussion about what I know, what I've been taught by spirit, what I've been taught by other mediums, what I've been taught what is going to be guided in what I say. Because usually whenever I'm talking about stuff, it's usually guided if I feel like I need to say it. There is a show that I always suggest to people. It used to be free, but I think it costs now, but it's on Amazon Prime. It's I have to look it up because I can't remember the full name. I know it's Tragedy by Design, but it's called something else with that. I just want to get the full name so you can find it, because I think if you type in Tragedy by Design, it doesn't come up, right? I sent it to the girls last night, so I should have it. Where is it at? Oh, Life to Afterlife, Tragedy by Design. It's got almost, and I will talk about some of the stuff that I learned off of there as well. It does talk about soul contracts and things like that. So if you're not an open person, this is going to be kind of weird to you. So make sure you have your mind open as we talk about these things. And remember that this is not coming from a human level. Okay, this is coming from a soul level. This is coming from humanity is different because we have the negative feelings, we have the negative thoughts, we have all the negativity that we experience down here on earth. Okay, but our soul is a lot different. Okay, our soul is basically pure for the most part. You know, there are the ones that are the darker souls, that does happen, but we write our blueprints before we ever come to earth. A lot of people think, oh, that's crazy, you know, whatever. You have to think of this not from a human perspective when I'm talking to you about this, because you will be like, what the hell? All right, so think of this as like from a spiritual standpoint. Okay, so we write our blueprints before we come, and in the blueprints are our soul contracts. Soul contracts we have are with whoever we meet in our life that is substantial. They can be little contracts, like it can just be someone that comes in to teach us a lesson about something, and when that lesson is learned, that's when the relationship ends. So when it comes to soul contracts, they're not always happy contracts. Okay, and this is going to get into missing persons, murders, and things like that. Okay, so even murderers and those that they've murdered have soul contracts. The souls decide that they're going to go through that with each other before they come here. And there's usually always a reason. Sometimes there's a lesson that needs to be learned. Sometimes it's a lesson for the world. Sometimes it's and I'm getting the chills, so that's truth. Sometimes it's a karmic thing. Okay, so whatever the contract that we choose to have with people, it's for our highest good, and at that moment when we're on spiritual being. So we discuss and I know that spirits here, guides are here because they're giving me chills as I'm talking about this. So before we're 10 likes, but yeah, come on, guys. So before we're born, we go and we write our blueprint that includes our soul contracts, and everything is okayed through our spiritual guides and through the higher power and everybody before we come here. They make sure that they talk to us and tell us, hey, are you sure you want to go through that? Are you sure this is something you want to experience? And on a higher soul level, we understand the spiritual lessons behind it. Okay, and we understand what we want to go through with that person and why we want to go through it with that person. So just like I was trying to explain about Summer, yes, we do want to know what happened to her, but she is already okay with it. When we pass, we go through a life review, okay, and we're reminded of every life that we've touched, good or bad. We feel any pain inflicted. We feel any happiness inflicted. We understand every single lesson and why we decided to learn it. We understand at that moment, we remember why we chose our parents, why we chose the people we had in our blueprint, why we chose our soul contract. So she's already gone through that. She's already healed. She already understands it. So it doesn't matter to her that her body has not been found. She knows if it's going to be found or not. Bodies are found if they're meant to be found, and if they're not, there's a reason for it. Not everybody can be found in the world, unfortunately. And we have lessons, good, bad. We still have free will, okay? So we can write contracts with someone, and we can always break that contract. Just like we can break our blueprint by sometimes committing suicide, although sometimes we do put suicide in our blueprint for an exit point and seeing that things are too tough and we just can't handle it anymore. And I know sometimes people have felt that way at times, and sometimes they're able to push through it and sometimes they're not. So when it comes to a soul contract and a murderer and a victim having a soul contract, they already know before they come to Earth what their soul contract is. Of course, when we come here as humans, we don't know, right? And so when they're going through it, they don't understand why they're going through it. But when they get to the other side, they're then reminded in the life review. Okay? So no matter what the soul contract is, I know people think from a human level, like, why the hell would I choose to be murdered by this person? Why the hell would I choose to go missing by this person? You know, why would I do that? From a spiritual standpoint, there is, like I said, usually a lesson. If you look at some of the cases bring the world together. A lot of light. Some of the cases they show humanity in a good light because people start coming together, right? A lot of times. So sometimes it's for a bigger reason, and sometimes it's for a karmic reason, and sometimes it's for just whatever lessons they needed to learn. Now, people can go off their path. That's always true, depending on what the genetics are when they're born, which of course they choose their parents. So they know the genetics that they're going to have. But sometimes our life circumstances can cause us to be different than what we thought we were going to be, such as abuse and things like that. However, we do know before we come that we're going to the parents that are going to abuse us. I know that's hard to wrap our head around, right? Our brain around. But remember, we're coming from a higher perspective. We're not coming from a human perspective. And they look at it as we're going back to spirit. There is no death. So they're not looking at it as a tragic death as everybody else, because they know that they're going back to the other side where it's paradise and everything's okay. That Earth is just a school. It's just a lesson. And when we pass away, I don't even like the word death because it's not, there is no death. We are energy, and energy does not die. So therefore, we go back to the other side. And they know that when they make the soul contracts. A lot of times when tragedies happen, they don't feel the pain inflicted. Their soul leaves before they experience a lot of that trauma. So, when there's these brutal murders and stuff, a lot of the time the soul doesn't really experience it. It leaves so that it doesn't have to experience it. It doesn't have to go through so much trauma to heal from. But if there is trauma felt, then, they go over to the other side and they are healed from it over there. Sometimes it takes a lot, more healing depending on what had happened. But a lot of times the soul leaves. So car accidents, things like that, the soul's gone before impact. We have exit points. So we choose when we're going to pass. Now, we have to look at it as everybody's going to go one way or another. I can't say unfortunately because I hate Earth, so we are not meant to live forever in a human body. Our human body does not allow it. You know, we have things that fell on us in a human body. So regardless, we're going to pass away in one way or another. Sometimes our soul contracts, you know, that's just the exit. The soul contracts kind of coincide with your exit points, depending on if that's part of the soul contract that you chose with that person. Soul contracts come in relationships. Okay, so usually when the soul contract is over, that's when the relationship ends. Just because you get married doesn't mean you have to be together forever. It doesn't mean you have to put up with a bunch of mess and be unhappy. It's okay to leave a relationship. That means that you're no longer vibrating on the same frequency, and that your soul contract is over. Okay, so I always tell that people have free will. People can be brought into your life, but it's up to you what you do with that connection. That's where the free will comes in. And that's why I always tell people, like, psychic readings, usually I'm able to give accurate information. However, people have free will to change their circumstances. So although we do have these soul contracts and stuff, there's still free will. So that's kind of, you know, the choices that we make can be put into the soul contract. So whenever we make these, we're looking at it as, oh, we're going to go to the other side anyways. You know, we're going to choose a lesson with it, or clear karma with it, or cause something big to happen in the world. Okay. Because we're all going to pass in one way or another, right? Whether it's, you know, a car accident, it's natural causes, it's drowning, it's whatever it may be. We're all going to the other side. No one lives forever. And we come back again to learn different lessons. When it comes to suicides, people, like I said, sometimes it's in their blueprint, sometimes it's their exit point, but sometimes can't handle it and they break their contract. That means they have to come back. When they come back, the next time they're learning the same lessons because they gave up on their contract. It was too hard for them. So normally they have to go through the same kind of lessons again. When it comes to people that are addicts, okay, addicts choose the hardest lessons on the earth plane. So they chose the hardest thing to overcome. Sometimes they overcome it, sometimes they don't. But that's the lesson that comes with it. Earth is the hardest place to be. Okay? It's not a walk in the park. And as you can see, people's lessons are kind of evolving with the world and how the world is changing. The world is getting crazy. So it's all about just different things that we decide we want to learn, karma that we want to clear, and soul contracts that we have. We do choose our parents before we come. They are in our blueprint. So I'm going to get on a little bit of a touchy subject here. You can have your own beliefs on what you believe. This is what I was taught from spirit. This is what I understand it to be. Every medium says the same thing. I don't think we can all be wrong. Okay. So when it comes to people losing a baby, whether it be abortion, miscarriage, stillbirth, something like that, the baby already knows what they're going to experience with their parent. Whether it be a miscarriage because maybe their development is not right, there's something wrong, and so they miscarry so that you don't have to deal with that. Maybe they decide that they don't want, you know, whatever was wrong with their body, maybe they don't want to live a life like that, and they decide to, you know, not come to earth. That also could be, you know, there's a lesson. All right. So miscarriages, there's a lesson, can be a lesson as well. And so when it comes to abortions, it's the same kind of thing. The baby picks the parent. The baby already knows that parent is not going to have that baby. And they know. So they know that there's a lesson for the child and a lesson for the human. Okay. So they just go back to the other side. They're looking at it from not a human perspective, from a soul perspective. They know that they can come back anytime they want to. Same thing with a stillbirth. There's usually something wrong with the body. There's usually a lesson. It's all the same for everybody, and they can come back, and they do come back. Sometimes they come back when the person gets pregnant again. Sometimes they come back to someone in the family. They can come back. I've seen it happen in readings, where people, they have a miscarriage or something, and they end up having the same soul the next time around. So, it's hard. It's sad. Loss is always hard. Loss is always sad. But I've come to look at it from a different perspective, because we're all going to go there. We miss the physical presence. And that's what's hard, is we miss their physical presence. We miss being around them. They're still around us. It's just a different way, right? And a lot of times we miss the way that they're around us. It can be just a random thought about them, just a random memory about them, a song that reminds you of them. Anything really that reminds you of them can be them. When you talk to them, they hear you. You don't need a medium to talk to them. They hear everything that you say and everything that you think. Okay, there are no grudges on the other side. There are no negativity. There is no blame. They understand their soul contract with you. They understand the lessons that you have to learn. They see everything from a higher perspective. So I know it's hard to wrap our brains around this as a human, but remember, we are a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, and we've had human experiences for decades and ages. I mean, you can watch Ghosts Inside My Child or any of the YouTube videos that talk about reincarnation, and the kids knowing stuff there's no way they could know. I mean, that right there is proof. You have the old souls that come and they know things that there's no way they could know about, certain stuff. And sometimes you feel like an older soul. You feel like you've learned and you've lived before, and you're wise. That's because a lot of the times we bring this with us. And sometimes kids can remember their past lives when they're born, and most of the time they don't, because we usually forget that, because we kind of forget that we have a connection with the other side. As kids, the reason why kids are more sensitive is because they just came from over there. So they are still kind of connected to the other side. They still understand. That's why they can see spirit. And that's why they're more sensitive. And sometimes they grow out of it. Sometimes it comes back. It just depends. Everybody has a connection to the other side. And when it comes to these people that have the soul contracts that say they murdered someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to hell, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person, or they're a bad soul, I should say. As a person, maybe they were a bad person, but that's because they really screwed up with their lesson, and maybe they chose. There's a couple reasons for that. They could have screwed up their lessons, went another direction, or they chose to be like that in their soul contract so that they could learn how to be, learn from a different perspective. We're not always good. We have to learn the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We have to learn from different perspectives. If we're good all the time, if everything's so easy, we're not learning anything. So a lot of times they have to learn from that way. And, I know, like I said, I know it's hard to understand, just like the Uvalde shooting. It's hard to think that the kids chose to be in that situation and that he chose to be the one to do it. It's hard to understand that. But from a spiritual perception, from a soul perspective, from a higher perspective, from when we are on the other side, they're looking at it as there's a reason behind it. People did come together. I mean, I really don't understand. That would be in their soul contracts, and they would know, why they chose that. But from there, they know that they are going back home. They know that there is no death on a soul level, right? So when we're looking for people and we're talking about, trying to find out who did this and who did that and where this person is, it's for us. It's not, I mean, it can be for them, but it's usually for us and for their family members to have peace about it, and for justice, because the justice comes in with the karma, you know. But if something's meant to happen, you can't stop it from happening. If you have an exit point, you're going to hit that exit point. From what I understand, we have 3 exit points. That's why you see people that, okay, say they're in a car accident and they should have totally passed away and they don't. Okay, that was an exit point and it wasn't their time. You see the ones with the near-death experience, exit point, wasn't their time, they're sent back. We have exit points that we could miss, but when it is time for us to go, we go. We pick on a soul level, we pick the time and the day and everything that we're going to go. That's why you see loved ones that are very sick and they're in bed and they pass away when you leave, because they don't want you there when they leave. It's too hard on a human level, okay, because they love us. That's why, okay, I always say that my husband saved me when he chose to go. I feel like he chose to go to save my life, because, and I wrote my book about it. It's R&R Love, a Twin Flame Story. It's on Amazon Prime. It does talk about the spiritual lessons of abuse, alcohol, drugs and alcohol and things like that. We had a soul contract. We had to go through that together, as hard as it was. And we're twin flames, and twin flames always have and always pick the harder lessons. Plus, the darkness loves to try to not let the twin flames be together because there's just too much light. So he was drinking and he was coming up there, I believe, to hurt me. And I feel on a soul level, I was protected, and that's why he passed away. Now, he was a very different person when he drank and all of that. He was not the same person as I'm sure that you've known people in your life when they drink, they're totally different people than when they don't drink. So, I mean, but that was something we had to go through, and it's hard to think that anybody would choose to go through that, but we do all the time. And maybe I was a man in another life and I abused him. I mean, or I was an alcoholic or whatever. Like, that's where the karma comes in, and that's where the karmic soulmates come in. Someone else described it as someone watching you go to the bathroom, as far as not wanting people there when they pass. Yeah, they don't want, it's too hard for them. Sometimes they like us there, and sometimes we just won't leave, so they have no choice. They're ready to go, and they go. But when they pass, it is a beautiful moment. They are met with their guides, their loved ones. All the loved ones they never met, the loved ones they did meet, the loved ones from past lives, any pets that they had, their guides, their angels, everybody gets them and takes them to the other side. Now, there are people that go into the lower astrals, and that is, just 1 second. And that is when people go into the lower astrals, it's basically they're running from the light. So we come here to learn lessons, right? And sometimes we don't realize that. We don't realize our soul contract because we haven't gone to the other side. I mean, we haven't gone through our life review and everything yet, right? So sometimes when they pass away, they are afraid of judgment, and they run from the light, and they feel like they kind of deserve it. So then they go to the darker realm, or the lower astrals. So that's a little, that's a little different. They don't understand because they're still kind of in that human mindset if they haven't gone to the other side and gone through their life review. Okay, 10-9, go ahead and ask your question. Also, I am teaching a development class, 10-9. I meant to tell you last night, but if you're interested, you can email me. I've got 2 people. I'm needing more, and then I'll be having the class as soon as I get a couple more. So go ahead with your question. You guys can ask questions, by the way. I'm just trying to describe it the best that I can. And, I'm here to ask as well. So go ahead and ask. So, I'm trying to think of what else I can describe to you guys while I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting. Nope, we got 21 and 17. So whoever hasn't hit the like button, please do. When people die horrible, torturous deaths, can their soul leave their body before actually passing, so that you don't feel pain? I've heard mixed. I just explained that. Were you not here? Yes, the soul does leave the body before they actually pass, so that they don't feel the, so that their soul is not traumatized. Yes, and if they do, for some reason, have a more traumatized soul, then they go into like a cocoon and they go through a healing stage. But um, yeah, your soul leaves first. So, like, if you're going to crash in a car accident, your soul will leave before impact. If you're about to be murdered in a horrible way, your soul will leave before that happens. So, yes, correct. I did just talk about that. This is not long ago. I don't know, maybe you didn't hear it. It's okay. You're cool. Because it was in his soul contract. You guys chose him to be your dad, whether he was going to stay or not. And again, we have the free will. So he had the soul contract with your mom, but maybe that soul contract ended. Um, there's lots of different reasons. Sometimes, people with their free will get a little, what's the word? Selfish. Um, yeah, we still have our free will, right? So, people can be. That's the thing with relationships, and why I don't really like relationships readings all that much, because people can be put into our lives, but it's our free will that kind of decides everything other than the soul contract. So we can have soul contracts with people, but we still have the free will. So that soul contract would have been with your mom, it would have been with you guys. You guys would have all made that soul contract before any of you were born. And you would have all decided it together. Probably for the lessons of having to, grow up without a dad and all of that. I know it's hard to understand from a human perspective, but from a spiritual perspective, there's something that you wanted to experience and he wanted to experience. And sometimes when the soul contract ends, that's when the relationship ends. That's what I always tell people. Sometimes people come to me and they're like, well, there's this relationship and, they're all broken up over it, you know, but the reason why relationship ends is your soul contracts ended and you're no longer vibrating together. We attract those that we vibrate with. So, whenever like you have friends and then all of a sudden like something happens and you're not friends with them anymore, you're no longer vibrating on their level anymore. I do, Donna. It's about acceptance, I think. 'Cause I just heard acceptance in my head. Because look, the times are changing, and that has to go with the life lessons that we chose to make. So we knew that the times were going to change like this before we ever came. But that's why, okay, so for instance, and this is kind of rewinding a little bit, but this is one of the stories that I remember from, oh, of course, anytime, Donna, you're there for me. So one of the things that I remember from the show that I told you guys to watch, Tragedy by Design, is they talk about how a bunch of people passed away in a flood. Okay. And they talk about how all those people chose in their contracts to pass away in the flood so that it could bring light into the world, because a lot of times through tragedy, there are beautiful things. Because people, and I'm getting the chills, people really come together and people unite, and that's what it was about. They chose that to happen so that people would unite, and there would be more light, love, and understanding. And so that's why they chose that in theirs, and that's just an example that I remember from that. They do go to their funerals, but they don't care what happens to they don't care what you do for them. They don't care. They don't care what happens to their body. They don't care if they're buried. They don't care if they're cremated. They'd rather be cremated because there's no point to put their body in the ground. Because when you burn something, you get rid of all the negative crap, So they don't care. They go to be around loved ones and just to see things, but they don't care what you do. Before or after, they don't care what you do with their physical things because they don't need it anymore. They can't go anywhere with money, so they don't care about that. There are some things they'd like to hand down, but whatever you guys do with stuff, they don't really care about it because they have no need for it anymore. That's all physical things. That belongs to the physical earth. And they don't, like I said, if there's a body that's not found, it doesn't mean, yes, there are souls that get trapped. Okay, that does happen. But it's not because their body's not found. It's not because they passed a tragic way. It's just they sometimes get stuck. Or they don't want to go. They don't understand that it's something more, it's something better on the other side. Because I've crossed people before and I've had to tell them, look, there's no reason to be afraid, because they were afraid. There's no reason to be afraid. It's so beautiful over there. That's where your family is. Like, I've had to tell, especially children, that it's okay to go. They're going to be okay. And yes, and our pets are over there too. And our pets also have soul contracts with us. So the pets that we have in our lives chose they chose to spend that life with us for whatever reason. Their soul chose to be with us, so they have soul contracts with us as well. That's why and they can be soulmates. Yeah, that's why I was talking about Melissa. You must have came later. They have soul contracts with whoever made them go missing. So a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of the missing and murdered, they had soul contracts because on a higher level, a spiritual level, they wanted to experience that we're all going to pass away in one way or another, but they're learning a lesson together. They're clearing karma together. And it's hard to wrap our head around. It's hard to wrap our brains around. I know, I understand that. But from a spiritual perspective, they know they're going to go anyways. They know that they're... Quit chasing a damn moth. They know that they're going to pass anyways, that they need to learn. It's the karma that needs to be cleared. And sometimes we have to have that soul contract. Like maybe the person that made the other person go missing, it was the roles were reversed at one time, because we're not always females, we're not always males, and we're not always good. So oh, thank you, Shazam. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, because this earth is the hardest place to come to, but we choose the hardest lessons, right? And I always tell myself when I'm going through a hard time, it could be so much worse. I could have chosen a much worse life. And so I remind myself of that. I try to remind myself all that time when I'm struggling. To break a soul contract so you won't have another life with them, do you tell them? Well, that's something you guys decide on the other side. It's not decided here. It's decided when both of you, before you ever come. So you're understanding what the soul contract is before you ever come to Earth. You're understanding what their part in the blueprint is before you guys ever come. So that's something you guys decide together. I know, right? I always say that too, but you have come back probably many times. And we always say we don't want to come back because a lot of times people that are very spiritual, they still connect their spiritual self to the other side. I know I was talking to one of the people I was telling about this yesterday. Shazam was there, and I was talking to someone else, so she's not here tonight, which is weird. But she was saying she was afraid of dying, and I said, there is no death, honey. There is no death. We don't die. We lose our physical body. We're all going to go at one point in time, and we go to the other side. In paradise, we can do whatever we want. It's all full of love. It's all full of peace. It's beautiful. I mean, the colors are vibrant. I know, I've seen it. The buildings sparkle. It's one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. The oceans are, what do you call it? Are beautiful. There's the animals don't need to eat each other over there because they don't need to survive. We don't need to eat. We don't need to sleep. I mean, it's like we're just with our loved ones and we're just chilling, and we can do whatever we want. We can learn over there. We can learn whatever we want over there. We can evolve our souls any way we want to. Like if we want to just start painting, we can paint. If we want to sing, we can sing. We can do whatever we want. So, and more than likely, you've had more than one lifetime with him, Shazam. What article about Felicia? I was told I was a man in my last life. I agree and have read everything you're talking about. I have 53 books of Sylvia Brown and this is just a bad camping trip. Exactly, Colette. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Sylvia Brown was the first one that I ever read. I actually did they? I'm gonna have to let Natalie know because she hasn't said anything about it. We were gonna talk to the aunt and the aunt never got back to me. I'm guessing that's why. She has 53 books. I didn't know she had 53 books though, but she was my very first book, and it was, I think, To the Other Side and Back. Great book. Great book. I mean, I agree with about 90. There's a couple things I don't agree with, but great book. I mean, she was the one that helped me understand that the whole thing about the babies. Hey, at least you love your husband, Shazam. You got lucky. Oh, I'll have to look that up. I'm telling Natalie. I know, I haven't either. You know what? I read a lot of spiritual books when I started this, and that's why I know so much about it. And I had a lot of great teachers, and Spirit has taught me. But there came a point when I started opening up to my gifts where I couldn't read anymore. Like my ADHD just wouldn't let me read. But I have so many spiritual books I never even read, and I wish I had. Um, right. I don't think I have that one, Colette. And that's what worries me so much because everybody thought she was fake. And I don't know, but I mean, she wrote a lot of great books. I don't think she was. I think she had a good connection to the other side. I actually saw her a year before she passed on my birthday, and she was wrong one time on a case, and they never let up on that. They never let up on that. People don't understand. We do the best that we can. It's hard to tell sometimes if someone's alive or not, but they never stop, bad mouthing her for that. It really sucks, and that's what I worry about. That's why I'm so hard on myself. I don't want to be wrong because I don't want to have to go through that. But you have to remember that psychic mediums are only about 80-90% accurate. We can't be accurate on every single detail. We can't be accurate every single time, you know. Yes, Patty, exactly. So basically Summer decided, and I got the chills, so that's probably right. Basically Summer decided that she would sacrifice herself so that her brothers could get out. And that was something they all decided together. Did you guys just see my lamp go off? I don't think there's anybody by it. Um but that's why I'm telling people, like, she was so weak last night. People need to just leave her alone for a while. When we connect to spirit, we raise our vibration. They have to lower theirs. That's why it can get draining. She drained the hell out of me last night. I have not been that drained, and I do a lot of readings lately, and I felt really good. But she drained the crap out of me. And because she was trying to use my energy to connect, and that's why it was such a crappy reading, because she was having such a hard time. Because everyone's connecting with her all the time. And you can't do that. You can't connect with a spirit over and over. I mean, how would you guys like it if you're just over there, you're playing with puppies and cats, and you're living your best life on the other side, and people just keep calling, "Hey, what happened to you? What happened to you? Tell me what happened to you. Where are you? What happened? What happened?" All the time. And she's already healed from that. It's hard to go back over that when you've already healed from it. But not only that, she has to lower her vibration every single time that she talks to someone, and it's draining her. So I'm going to leave her alone for a while. She may never be found, and she may be found. That's going to be decided on what's meant to happen is going to happen, Yeah, she's licking my darn leg like a weirdo. My PO gave me many lives, many masters. It's about past lives 5 years ago that got me into this. I had no clue. No, I know I read a book about past lives, but I can't remember the freaking name of it. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. It's miscarriages because they're not ready. Yes. Was that when you left? Because I talked about that. So like I was saying, miscarriages and the reasons why babies aren't born is the baby knows that that's going to happen. Usually there's usually a lesson with the mom, okay, even though it's hard. And sometimes there's something wrong with the body that they don't want you to endure, and they don't want to endure. Like maybe they don't want to be, like maybe there's something wrong with their body they don't want to be born with, and they don't want to have you to have to go through that with them. You know what I mean? So, and they can come back. They can come back. You might already have one of your kids, or all of them. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. Usually they do, or they come back to someone in their family. Like it could be your grandkid one day. We always have the souls we're meant to have. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Alonzo, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate that. No, she doesn't. It's not going to affect her journey on the other side at all. Like I said in my post earlier, finding them is for us and for justice. So the justice has to do with karma. That's kind of intertwined. If they're meant to be found, they'll be found in the way that they're meant to be found, right? Because, for instance, Stephanie, okay? So Stephanie Parze, I had her location. I even had it screenshotted, and it was posted in the group. It was posted on my YouTube wall. I had the area screenshotted. I could not leave the area. I had said she was off of Route 9, and that's where she was. Actually, the dad was right there by the area and did not find her. But two boys walked and found her, and she was there for how many months? It was supposed to go that way. You know what I mean? And usually when a body's meant to be found, it'll be found. And sometimes they aren't. But it doesn't affect their journey on the other side. But it's really for us. It's for us to, it's really for the loved ones, okay, the us left behind, because we need that sense of peace. You know what I mean? So that's what it's really about. And for humanity. But really it doesn't affect them on the other side. No. I used to love her too, but totally done after she told her mother her daughter was. Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you, Tammy. We're 80 to 90% accurate. We are not going to be accurate all the time. There's been times I thought people were deceased because they were on drugs, and they were not. They were close to dying, but they were not. It's easily done. We are not God. We are human with gifts. And we are not perfect. So we are allowed to be wrong, even though that's my biggest fear of being that wrong. It happens. Okay? So it's very easy to misunderstand when you're communicating with spirit. And so it's all in how like I tell people, it's all in how we take the information. So, sometimes we misunderstand the information, and sometimes we misunderstand the energy, because like I said, there's been times I swore, but then I look back and I'm like, wait, I didn't see her passing, but I felt like she was, and it was just because she was so high on drugs and she was so close to ODing that's what I picked up. It happens. And live people are the hardest people to find, because they just are. The energy's different. The reading's different. I've been doing pretty good at that, though, but it's not I love finding the people alive, but it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest at all. Yep. Amy Danielle, it's probably the same soul. Exactly, Rogonzo. Trust the process. Yep. You're saying this happened to her to save her brothers. What about this happened? What was happening? Oh, they were all being abused. Yeah, they were all being abused. That's why they got taken away. And sometimes the soul of the baby will come as another child. Yes. Sometimes the soul will come back as another child. Yes. And if you don't get pregnant again, it can be a grandkid, it can be a niece, it can be a nephew. It's usually the same soul family. Low energy, malnutrition, or mental illness too, but she said the mom wouldn't ever see her again in this life, and that was true. She died before rest. I don't understand what you're saying, 10-9. Low energy, malnutrition, and mental illness too, but she also said the mom wouldn't ever see her again in this life, and that was true. Okay. You don't know that, though. It depends on how sensitive you are. It could be haunted. She might have had a different experience than you. Like, okay, for instance, we went to the Cochise Hotel. No one that does paranormal investigations wanted to go in the place that we were at and do an investigation. They all wanted to be in the hotel. But let me tell you, we were pulled back there, and that was the heaviest energy, the most haunted, probably one of the most haunted places there. But they never felt it, and they never did an investigation there. It doesn't mean it's not haunted. Maybe you just didn't feel it. Maybe it just didn't happen around you. Doesn't mean it's not true. We don't know what they went through, but they got taken away. So that tells you they went through stuff. And I know what they went through from what Spirit told me. But, yep, exactly. Oh, Shazam's a great person. And that's another thing with our kids, right? Okay, so we can raise our kids the best that we can, but they have their life lessons and they have their soul contracts. So they're probably going to screw up. And we have to remember that we learned the way that they're learning. So although it's hard to let go and let them do that, they still have their soul contracts and their life lessons and things they've got to go through. So, oh, I see. I see. So she was right about that, but it's very easy to misread energy. It's very easy. Like I said, 80 to 90%. We are not God. We are not 100%. We are going to screw up. I will not get every case right. I will not get every detail right. It's just not possible. It's not humanly possible. And yes, that worries the hell out of me because I don't want to be like that where people are like, "Oh, you must be fake. You got it wrong one time." No, I either misunderstood the information, it was given to me wrong, something. Um, It probably won't be, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree within the family. I agree family friend. I actually did a reading on John Bonet. It's just I just get irritated because you see that people constantly EVPs all the time. EVPs readings. Like that's why I gave her a break or try to give her a break. But, you know, EVPs, readings, rods, all that's draining her. And they need to give her a break. She needs a freaking break. She is lowering her vibration to communicate with them all the time to talk about stuff that she's already healed from. Like, okay, people we're getting disrespectful and we're getting um selfish a little bit, you know? What? Yeah, I chose to have a life with you. Don't ask me why. You're crazy. I'm glad, Patty. I Spirit pushes the teacher in me, okay? Um every time I pull a soul path card, I get teacher, so I don't know. I think it comes along with it. I think those that choose this work should are supposed to be teachers and they are supposed to teach us about or we are supposed to teach people about this stuff. I feel like we're supposed to open minds. We're coming into a different time. Actually, I just gave a reading to someone and she was saying how her kid was special and I said, "Yeah, um more children are being born that are sensitive and um because we need it right now. We need it to bring light into the world. So more special people are being born. It's the time for it." Um what? Knock it off. Hey, stop it. What the hell they're into. Um, okay, let me go. Let's see. Your thoughts of the psychic abilities can be learned or from birth. I know you can develop to an extent. Um, I mean, both. You can be born with them. They can run in families, and they can be learned. Like I said, we're all born with a connection to the other side. Um, and sometimes we have them, and then we forget them, and then we get them back. For me, for instance, I know it runs in my family. I know my grandma was sensitive. My mom is sensitive. So my son is sensitive. My great grandma, I guess, was born with a veil over her face, which supposedly means you're psychic. I don't know. Back then, it wasn't talked about. My grandma was all into that, clairvoyant cards and all that. I don't remember much. Quit it. Dogs. I don't remember much, but I remember feeling like I was watched when I was growing up. That's all I kind of remember. Uh, I I I develop after my tragedy, which I notice a lot do. There are a lot of mediums that do develop after a huge tragedy, a loss of a husband, a loss of a child, a huge loss, because they kind of open up. They want to connect, and so that's how they open up, and that's what happened to me. And so, I mean, you can learn. I teach development classes. I've seen people that end up developing and doing readings by the end of the class. So, like I said, if you're interested in that, but everybody that is open, they have the potential. It might not be to the extent of someone else. Like, we're not all the same. We don't all develop the same. We're not going to be puppy. These are usually the good dogs. What the hell? Um, we're not going to all be the same. We're not going to all be gifted the same. We don't all communicate the same. So, I try not to compare myself to others, but I kind of do sometimes. But yeah, I mean, we're all going to be gifted differently, right? We're not going to all be clairvoyant. We're not going to all be clairsentient. We're not going to all be clairaudient. It's just going to be different in how we work. There's some people that see spirit. I don't see spirit like that. I don't feel spirit. Like, if spirit was sitting right next to me, I mean, I feel it through chills and stuff, but I wouldn't know they were here. But if I go to a haunted place, I feel it in my body. Like, I feel like achiness and stuff. So we just feel differently. I mean, everybody's different. But it can, I mean, it's any of those things. Okay, can spirit refuse to talk to a psychic medium? I've heard some say they can refuse. They can. They don't have to. I mean, it's not written in stone to say that I'm going to let you channel me. Now, in the last almost 10 years, I've only had one spirit that would not talk to me. Well, actually, he did talk to me, but it was weird. It was like, it's like there's some kind of block there. I don't really know why. Like, he still gave me validating information, but it was not a reading like I normally give. I haven't had that problem. But I connect off of pictures and things like that, where that's why I say we're not all the same. Like Matt Frazier will see a spirit, or the spirit will come. I mean, I've had them just. I'll be talking to someone, I'll feel pain and be like, "Hey, does this make sense to you?" That kind of thing. But I connect differently than he does, so yeah, they can refuse. I've never had it. I mean, I've never had it happen where they refuse to talk to me. And how he says you can't just call him, I've always just called him. So I don't know if that has to do with the different gifts or what, but they usually always talk to me. I usually don't have that problem, knock on wood, thank God. Um, because I'd hate to have somebody pay for a reading and then like can't reach their loved one. Luckily that hasn't happened. Like I said, just the one, and it wasn't one of my best readings, but I was still able to get stuff. But that was the only time, and it was really kind of weird. Um, Lori, well, I got someone that was a. I don't know if you've seen that reading yet, but her mom may have been involved in some way, but her mom didn't sexually abuse her. Like it had to be a man in that part. I got a worker, so can't the guides or whoever was with someone protect her from people wanting to read her? They can, but that's the thing with EVPs too, is it can be manipulated by negative energies. It can be manipulated by other spirits. You don't know who you're talking to. So that's why I'm not really keen on it. I like it. It's fun. I enjoy it, but I don't use it for reading. It's not, I trust my channeling more than I do that, because I've been doing this long enough to trust my channeling more than I do a spirit box. I like to use it sometimes for maybe validation, but that's it, because you don't really know who you're talking to. Um, but there are some people that, they get some good stuff. I mean, I think Summer wants to please. She's an eager to please kid, and so I think that's why she does it. I mean, I do think she likes to communicate, and I don't think she realizes that she's really burning off her energy. Really, like it was so. I've never had that problem connecting to her ever. She's always been super super strong, but for some reason it was just like it was so hard. I don't really know why. And some of it could have been me, because I don't like to know things about cases, because it kind of muddies the waters, and I do know. So it is the waters are muddied a little bit. And then you have people telling you, well, this person got that and this person got that, and then you're second guessing. So some of it was probably me, but I felt like she was very drained. Yep. And you can have fur babies as your soulmates, as well as your children. Exactly, Colette. And I have, like I said, my friend, she said she was afraid to go, and I was like, why? Like, we don't die. I call it pass away, or I even like the word graduate better. Transform. We're transforming from. We're just dropping this body that has all the physicalness, and we're going back to the other side as a soul. So there's really no reason to be afraid. Um, and we get to be with all our loved ones. I, for one, am not afraid at all. Um, when it's my time to go, I'll go, and I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of it at all. Now, I'm not a thrill seeker. That's different. That's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, but there's more than that. She was strangled with her underwear, so there's more. There's more than that. Yes. You think there's some physical gene? Yes. Like I said, I feel like mine was passed down. It can be, you can be born with it can be passed down, or you can develop it. It doesn't matter. We're all connected to the other side in some way. Colette, if you're interested, email me thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. As soon as I get a couple more people, we'll be doing classes there once a week for 4 weeks. I do know some of my past lives. You can actually figure out some of your past lives if you do like a meditation, like a guided meditation. They have some guided meditations on YouTube that you can do. That you can like learn your past lives. I've seen a couple of them. I've seen a few of them, and I know that I was a gay man at one time. Sorry, but I do. And I've had a psychic tell me a couple things, which make a lot of sense. I had one tell me that I was a lawyer, like a really successful lawyer, which I used to want to be a lawyer as a kid, so that makes sense. I love to argue. I fight for justice. Like that's just, it makes sense to me. And there was another time she said like I was a gay, like a gay pirate, which I could totally see that too. And I've seen native lives that I've had with my husband. So meditation, you can go into your past lives in meditation. You can do that yourself. Yep. Nope. You're cool, Patty. No problem. I didn't know if you missed it. Okay, Grammy, then email me at thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. If you guys do it, then we can get the classes started sooner than later. You can email me something, Colette, yeah. What I would love to have done is a brain scan while I channel. That would be really awesome. I know that like Long Island Medium has, and I think Tyler did, but that would be cool. They can touch you. I mean, it can feel like tingles or whatever. I mean, like there are negative spirits, like there are like the haunted places, there's ghosts and stuff. I mean, that does happen. Oh, all I know is what I got in the reading. I can't speak for any of this about that. That's not what I was told. So no, and that's the thing is, it doesn't. I mean, just because people go to the vigils, it doesn't give her more energy. They take off the energy off of things that are around or us. That's why I was so drained. I've never been that drained when I've done a reading with her before. I used to get drained a lot more, but because I've been doing so many readings, I like, it's almost like running. You know how when you run a lot and your stamina gets up, it's like that. So I think I have more stamina now. Plus, since I moved, I don't know what was holding me back where I used to be, but I was tired there all the time. Besides, I was in pain, and I had surgery, and my pain is like way, way, way better than it used to be. But um, I was so tired all the time. But since I moved, I have a lot of energy. I don't know if there was something there that was like draining me or what. Weird. And mother, that was the soul contract. That was the soul contract. So just because they screw up does not mean they get punished in heaven. It doesn't mean that. It means that a lot of times they go to the other side, they realize why they did what they did, and they heal from it. It's like everything else. It doesn't mean that they're tortured or anything like that because someone screws up. And again, that's the soul contract you made with them. And like I said, you can say, well, why the hell would I do something like that? Why the heck would I like have a soul contract like that with someone? But there's something that needed to come from it. And that might not have been the full soul contract. They might have done, free will, but usually, I mean, you probably learn, there's stuff you had to learn from it, and the trauma that you had to go through to become to kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Like it kind of molded you to who you were, but it's just something you had to go through. I mean, it happens a lot, and I've actually done readings with people who are molested by their dad, and they go on the other side, and they've gotten a reading with me, and that person was just saying they were sorry. They were sorry for the mistakes they made as a human. They messed up, and as a soul and a spirit being, they would have never done that. So you know what I mean? It's I've had them come forward and say that they're sorry and stuff. And if they went to the light, then they're just healed. And when you go over there and you see her, you're going to forget all that. There's no negativity, no blame, no anything in heaven like that. There's nothing negative. It's all love, it's all peace, and all understanding from a higher perspective that I wish we had on earth, because I really get frustrated with closed-minded people when there's proof all around them. Yeah. They usually do because they, like I said, they go through the life review. So all the pain that she inflicted on you, she felt in her life review. She felt all that emotional pain, all that pain that was inflicted on you. She felt it. And that was part of the healing process. Right. And that's because she can see. I mean, I see in my head. I don't see with my eyes. I always wanted to see with my eyes, but I just don't. My mom does. My mom sees with her eyes sometimes. My son used to until he blocked it. But my mom's always telling me she sees my dog all the time. I'm like, I never see my dog. Why do you always get to see my dog? She says he always stands there and watches her, or sits there and watches her cook, because he used to like to do that when he was alive. Um, and she hasn't talked about it in a while though. But we went to where was it? Queen Mary, and her and my son both saw the lady in white head somewhere down or up the stairs. I can't remember. I was just opening up at the time. My son went into the boiler room, and he got so sick and he got scared. He had to leave. And that's how he used to be so sensitive, but he blocked it out. And maybe one day he'll come back to it. Maybe he won't. Like, he is such a strong healer that I had a baby rat that I got, and it had a really bad like respiratory infection. And so I gave it a little bit of, amoxicillin, and I gave a little bit of chocolate, which is supposed to help with that. And my son sat there and he held the thing, and he healed it. And he almost passed out because he healed it for about an hour. When he was done, that rat was not wheezing. That rat was fine. It was like, I was like, there's no way the medicine worked that fast. That's how good of a healer he was. He brought him back from the brink of death, and it makes me so sad that he just like blocks it now. But it was pretty crazy. He's a pretty strong healer, and I've been told we'll work together one day, but I don't know. But he 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 was really strong at what he did, and he used to see spirit and everything. He gave a medium reading to somebody that I know, and he got information I didn't get. But he doesn't believe in any of it now. So I hope that one day he comes back to it, because he really has got some gifts. He used to just hold his hands over me and try to make me feel better, try to heal me. And then he hit a teenager, and it was just like, damn it. My mom won't. My mom blocks it. My mom doesn't want to be. My mom was like, she felt a pain in her ankle out there at Tombstone, and she's like, I don't know how you like feeling this. I don't want to feel this. I choose to not do this. She doesn't want to. My son, we'll see. I've been told by multiple people we will, but that's going to be his choice. I'm hoping he comes back to where he was, because he was pretty amazing. He's an indigo. He just didn't see it, I guess. I don't know. My friend's daughter is psychic. She's a teen. She told her, when you die, you feel all the joy and all the pain you caused in your lifetime. Yep, exactly. The man I was with for 18 years didn't believe in God. We were so different. Was there a lesson for one of us? Because he would give me shit for reading psychic books. He had surgery and said he went to hell. Saw me burning in hell. I feel God showed him that because he did not believe. It's possible. I mean, no telling what your guys' lesson were, but you chose to be with him for whatever reason and have those differences. It's hard to have a relationship when you have those kind of differences. If you guys don't have the same beliefs, it's really hard to make it work, and that was probably part of your lesson. I wonder if I blocked mine out. When I was a kid, I saw a river of bees flying over my face. I saw it. Sounds weird. If you have ever heard of that, please tell me. They're definitely astral or something. I don't know about the rivers of bees. We can definitely block it, though. People definitely do block it. I know that's what my son did. He blocked it. But his girlfriend's like me, and I'm hoping that he'll open back up. Yeah, that is pretty weird. I don't know. Yeah. And that was that was your lesson. We choose these relationships for we got to learn from them. I mean, a lot of people, we've had a lot of toxic relationships, and part of it is you need to realize you're toxic in the soul contract, or you want to go through whatever you're going through with them. But yeah, it's hard to be with someone that doesn't have the same beliefs. Like, I could never be with someone that didn't, like, it's hard enough. My son is like, he's more open to it now because his girlfriend is like me, so she's opened him up a little bit. Like, she likes to go to Tombstone and stuff like that. So I'm hopeful that she's gonna open him back up, because me, I'm mom. I don't know crap. I'm fake, all that. Um, so I'm hoping he will. But yeah, he's like that too. He's always saying, I don't believe in God. And he used to pray. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened. He lost his girlfriend. Um, in a tragic accident. She was long distance, but she was hit by a car in Vegas, and they weren't together that long. And it was a couple years ago, and that really hit him hard for some reason. So, um, I don't know. It's like after that he kind of shifted to the not believing in God kind of thing. I hope he comes around, because I tell him all the time that God works miracles in my life all the time. Him in spirit, like, I ask and I pray and I beg, and things happen. Yes, I do beg sometimes. I got your email, Grammy. I was just going to tell you that. In my mind. A psychologist I met told me about spirits in video games that look like bees. I didn't ask. I've never heard of that. So, I don't know. I've never heard. I want to look up that Felicia case, because I want to see. Oh, if you guys haven't listened to my podcast, listen to my podcast. It's good. It's the Psychic Sleuth podcast. You can find it on Spotify, but I always post the things, the links. Felicia. I can't remember her full name now. Was it Felicia? I didn't even write it here. Felicia, what was her? Felicia, what was that case I worked? Johnson? No. Johnson, right? Yeah, I didn't get the dismembering part, but I did see. I don't remember what I got in hers. Man suspected of dismembering missing California woman Googled how to be a serial killer, remains at large. Yeah, he wasn't good. He wasn't good at all. And I remember seeing blood. I wonder where they found her at. I think it's raining. Her body hasn't been found. Okay, but they didn't solve it. What are you talking about? They don't have the guy and they don't have her body. They just know who they believe. Ah, $500 for an in-person meeting. Okay. It doesn't look like as I saw though. I don't think. I don't remember. I don't remember what I got. I saw trash bags and a flashlight. That's not good. Wait, he wants to be a serial killer and he's running around. Oh, he's a serial killer. I wonder why I didn't pick that up. I don't know. I struggled with her case. I think it was because it was new or something. I don't know. They think he might have killed more, which I don't remember if I got that or not either. I don't know. He doesn't look like who I saw. I don't think. I don't remember. I worked so many cases. I don't remember. I haven't done that one in a while. I don't know what she was talking about. I never heard of it. Not at that age. I was 4. However, I get big. Holy right. Hmm. I used to see shapes in the dark and would make them change colors, like when you close your eyes and see colors. I was getting really good at that. Until the bees. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Later. I've never heard of it, so I don't know. Can't help you with that one. I don't know. That's weird. Not being funny, how common is it to return as an animal? I was thinking the other day, what the heck was Michael Phelps in a past lifetime other than a fish? Right. I mean, you can. From what I understand, you can. From what I understand, you can come back as an animal. From what I mean, I don't know. You would have to choose that. My light just flashed again. What do you want now? You guys have any more questions? I'm trying to think. Trying to think what if I discussed everything I wanted to discuss. Probably not. I'm not great at picking up vibes on people. It's weird. Like I mean, if I could pick up bad vibes, I probably wouldn't have been screwed over by as many people as I've been screwed over by. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not great at reading people in that way. Not great at reading alive people, anyways. Yeah, that's sad about Felicia. I don't remember what I got that, but I don't think I got that. I think I saw blood, but I, I can't remember. Do you guys have any more questions? We can do if you want to. We don't have to. I have these. Unless you guys can think of something else you want to discuss, I'm trying to think of what we can discuss because I kind of lost my train of thought on what I was talking about, and I don't know if I discussed everything. Um, but I have these. These are like give it to you straight. If anybody wants one of those, they're kind of funny, but they're not for the faint of heart. They're not for the faint of heart. If you don't like being told straight up, don't get one. What do you mean? I think I got Yellowstone a long time ago in a reading, but hey! What the heck, man? Stop! Hang on 1 second. What's going on? What? Why are you guys being a pain in the ass tonight? You guys are usually the good dogs and you're usually chill. What is your problem? Is it raining? It sure smells like rain. And I'm probably, sorry guys, I don't know. I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow night because I'm going to be working all day if the rain lets me to get my goat thing, a new goat pin going. I know. I don't know. Don't ask me, dude. They're usually pretty chill when I'm on here with you guys. I don't know. These are rebel cards, so they're like, oracle cards with an attitude, I guess. So you would ask a question, and I would pull a card, and they are. I notice a lot. I see people I haven't seen in a long time, or maybe they just don't come in the chat, and then I see. And I see new people. I think I've seen all you guys before. It's just some of you I haven't seen in the live in a while. Oh my gosh, you dumb cat. See that? I'm dumb. You're gonna jump, at least make it. Alright. I didn't do a reading on Scott Peterson. So that wasn't me. Okay, so what's your question, Goldie? I can't do the thing where they do that, where they do the shuffling, right? Never a dull moment, I'll tell you that. For Monday night? Well, I need like a question, because it's like they answer question, but I guess I'll just give you whatever. Yeah, probably. You probably should be. No, these give it to you straight up, so about the cards. I just mean about the cards. I don't. I'm gonna do 3 because. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3. You ready? Drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as F. Allow that shit to come to you. Don't effing force it. Stop obsessing. You are not the effing center of the universe. So, I don't know. Hopefully that made sense. I told you. They're straight up. If you're too, if you're not a, did that make sense? I don't know. You're welcome. You want yours, Grammy? Hello, Lotus. You missed the whole show, man. Okay, cool. Can you get out of the way, baby, please? Come here. Can you quit? Quit grabbing my arm. God, what's wrong with you guys tonight? You're being weird. Yeah, you missed everything. You're gonna have to rewatch. Okay, so Grandma. Oops, sorry, Ginger. Okay, you want up there? I wish I could do that. I can never figure out how to do that. You know how people go like this with the cards? Can't figure out how to do that. Amazon. Grammy H. Because I wanted to start doing card readings to my channel. I just haven't been able to. Busy. One more Grammy. Hey, it's okay. Okay, I'm doing 4 for you just because I feel like it. They're called the Rebel deck. You are being shady. This is for you, Grammy. You are being shady. Watch out. Shit could get ugly. You are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't F it up. Be effing grateful. Shit could be so much worse. You're giving too many Fs. Give 0. They're called it's the Rebel deck. I don't know. I got the pink one. I don't know if there's different. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Of course, anytime. Anytime. I like answering questions. Like I said, Spirit always pushes the teacher on me. Yeah, I think there's different ones. I don't know if they say different things. I don't know. I just think I just like them. I like them because I like straight up. Like, okay. Do you have a question? Or you just want 3 cards? Of course, I'll answer that for you. Yes. Don't ask me. I'm a bad influence. One more shuffle. Let's do the 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's dark and you can't see a effing thing. Get your head out of your ass, pronto. You are talented and effing amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. So that's for you, Colette. I'm just going to answer yes, Lotus, because you don't want to ask me. You can never have too many cats. No, you have to remember when it comes to pets that they do choose us. So if the cat has entered into your life, it's for a reason. Right? And you can watch Jackson Galaxy's really good. He's really good to watch about the about introducing, and if it's a kitten it'll be a lot easier. Yep. I have a question. Okay, wait. Sarah, did I miss a question? Should I do you want me to really ask about the cat question, Lotus? Sarah Harvey, will my sister ever understand what she did wrong? Is that a question for the cards or okay. This is for Sarah Harvey. Okay, so you have the same question, Lori? Okay, wait. I'm doing Sarah's right now. Sarah Harvey's sister. Okay, so are you ready, Sarah? Stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person, just effing stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the effing time. And stop obsessing. You're not the effing center of the universe. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, they're cards with an attitude. They don't give it to you easy. So, Lori. Okay, I don't know if these are gonna make sense, but for Lori, F fear, it will lie to your face. Step away from that crazy making diet for a hot second. Kellen's spirula tastes like ass. Eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, and get some. Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you're missing some cool shiznick. Ask an effing expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. That's what I got for you. I feel like if you guys could smack me through the screen, you would. um, Terrified of cats for 20 years. I met my boyfriend, fell in love with one of his. She became the love of my life. But past last month, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. And like I said, they choose us, so she probably chose you to get you over that fear. That's how it works sometimes. Yeah, it says you need to. I don't know. Are you sleeping a lot? It does say you need to eat, like, go have bacon, chocolate, and beer. And get some. Well, that's pretty accurate then. That's funny. Uh, what are you doing, Ginger? Poppy, do you guys have any more questions? I mean, do you want to do any more cards, or do you have any more questions that we were about the stuff we were talking about earlier, or be all good? I'm trying to remember where I left off at, and I can't. Right? It gives you permission to eat crap. Yeah. Crap always makes you feel better, you know. Well, you have to remember, Shazam, that's her identity, and that's where that's part of her soul path. That's part of what she chose to go through, and she's trying to understand it for herself as well. Come on, get off my computer. You guys are being weird tonight. What's wrong with you? I'm just gonna say that, and then I'll give you a card. Well, they're all like that. I can't promise you what card I'm gonna get. Oh, I didn't see your question, Fab. I'll do yours next. Okay, so Shazam. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are just BS. Forgive, let that shit go. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. F fear. It will lie to your face. You need some effing yoga in your life. Ancient shit is cool. Did you get all that? I know she's your kid, but I don't know. I said stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do you. So that's given to you straight. Okay. Let's see. Fab. Fab. I'm just gonna call you Fab. Fab. Back on track. Good thing the free reading thing didn't come up because right? Well, it just gives messages like the one I'm giving. Fab, back on track. You're not gonna like this, Fab. Okay. Yes, Patty. Full pay you, and he is for 10 years in May. Okay, so I have a I have a book, you guys. It's a great book. It's got 5 stars. Okay. You are talented and effing amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Don't use it for dumb shit. Ask an effing expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Talk to a damn professional. And lightning bolt. Figure shiz out on your own. Okay, I didn't miss one, right? To 10-9, you're next. Oh no, Tammy's next. Hey, Tammy, do you have a specific question? In so long, I've been on. Leah, were you on my old channel or something? Because I lost my old channel. I can't get to it anymore. So I've been doing lots and lots of readings. Unless you just are just now catching alive. Probably. I've been trying to get people over here, but every time we comment, it gets deleted. And I did make a couple comments, but I don't know. It was weird. It's not monetized under me anymore. Yeah, we tried to comment and our comments get deleted. Because we were over there commenting like, hey, come over here, here's the link. And they kept getting deleted. What, baby, you want back up here? My cat? Yeah. I mean, you mean my dogs decided they wanted to behave themselves? Okay, so for Tammy, that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that, shits. The world has your back. Stop. Oh, you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shiz never works. Some good shiz is about to happen. Don't let your issues F it up. Okay, Tammy? Yeah, I know. It's getting deleted. It's the weirdest freaking thing ever. Like, we would ask Shazam. We were over there. She went like for half a day and was commenting on all my videos, and they kept getting deleted. It's so weird. I don't know. And I was like, they have to be able to find me because like I'm the only other psychic sleuth on here. Like, I don't know. Yeah, dude, you got a lot to catch up on. I have a podcast. It's the Psychic Sleuth podcast. You can find it on Spotify, but I usually post a link. So I have a Pateron. There's lots of stuff I'm doing now. Let's see. I forgot who is next. 10-9. 10-9. No. Ah. Well, welcome back. I wish everybody else would find me. I want all my subscribers back. Yeah, I lost my channel. I got locked out of it somehow. I don't know what happened. It was weird. Cuz I got jacked. Like I got hijacked from my channel by Chinese people, and then they gave me my channel back, and then they deleted all my videos again, and then they gave it back to me again, and then I couldn't log in. It was the weirdest freaking thing, dude. I sure hope so, Melissa. I stress out all the time. I don't know. I decided to put everything into YouTube with Shazam's pushing me, and I'm hoping it's going to pay off. I don't know. Yep. So I had to start all over. It sucks because like my Shanann Watts had 85,000 views, and I had 600 comments on there, and a lot of them like wanted readings and stuff like that, and I can't find any of them, or I don't see a lot of them. So it was weird. Like I had so much. I started getting so much support on that channel, and then I had to start from scratch. So. Okay, so 10-9, are you ready? You got all purple cards, which is weird, but Rebel, because F it. Have you eaten? You're acting like a big A baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a effing taco. Shit is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or effing quit. Yeah, I know people thought that because it was weird. It happened like when I started doing the random auto writes, and I had gotten something about like the backs, and I don't remember what else it was. It was right after I started putting that, but you know what? I had followed a link I thought was YouTube and it wasn't, so that's how it got hacked. I'll never do that again. I don't care. And but then it was weird because they gave me my channel back. They gave me all my videos back. The people couldn't find my videos. Then they deleted it, and then I don't know. I couldn't log back in. It was the weirdest freaking thing. Oh my gosh, Ginger, come here, come here, come here. What do you want? Come here, come here. You want up here or not? Jesus, 16-year-old. My 16-year-old dog scared the shit out of me right now. I don't know, but I've started to do a lot of reading, so it looks like you have a lot to catch up on. Hopefully my subscribers are starting to go up. I did have to delete someone today because they told me to get rid of my dog because I asked for misters. I'm like, okay, see ya. Don't put up with that crap around here. Let's see how many I have right now. Nope, it's the same as it was earlier. 318. 3. Yeah. It was pretty bad, Boldy. It freaking sucked because I had to like start all over. Same thing with my podcast because he decided he didn't want to do it anymore, so I had to start all over. So that's twice I've had to start all over to try to gain. And we had like 1,000 people listening at a time on that podcast. I don't know if he thought he was gonna be sued or something. I don't know. It was really weird. But anyways, I had to start all over. It sucked. I know once I get a few more members, I can do a members only live. I don't know what we would do, but I got to think about it. Oh, awesome. So, But yeah, it sucks because I had what 5.9 subscribers and I lost them all. I had to start over. It's been a pain in the butt to just build it back up. Um, I had worked really hard, and the thing is stuff has changed so much too. But well, I'm so glad you're getting a new job. That's good to hear. But that's why Shazam just kind of like threw me in. She's like, you just need to do lives all the time, and because see, I never. Yes, he was Patty. I said earlier he was Paiute, full blooded. Yes, that was him. Yeah, just not as fast as I'd like. You're right. Well, I've been doing this almost 10 years, but you know what? Not faithfully, not fully, but again, I had to start over, so that's where I got screwed. I think I'd be a lot further if I didn't have to start over twice. You know, because I had to start over twice. So it sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully, my subscribers find me again. Um, I feel like I was off on Felicia though. Looking at that now, but I don't remember what I really got for her. I thought I got a white guy, not a black guy. I can't remember. I know I got about like him saying he'd pay her for a private show and all that, but it looks like he's a serial killer, which I can't remember if I got that he was involved in others or not. Dude, I'm gonna have to re-listen to that because I don't remember what the hell I got. Oh, that would be nice, Shazam. I wouldn't have to ever worry about anything again. Maybe. I don't know. I had a lot of support on that channel. A lot of support. I went through the comments and I was like, man, these people really liked me. I had a lot of support. Dang. And so many wanted readings and stuff, which I could use right now, you know. Um, but I have memberships. I have Patreon now, so that's good. I have 2 Ted Bundys on there and 1 OJ. And then I don't know who I'm gonna do next. I'm thinking about Black Delilah for some reason. And like when I do cases, I'm just kind of going wherever I'm pulled and guided to go. Um, that's kind of what. That's kind of, what do you guys think about Black Delilah? I don't know anything about that case, really. She kind of just popped in my head today. Um, yeah, hopefully they were cool. I mean, I had a lot of support, a lot of support. There wasn't really any negative comments or anything. 600 of them. So I was just like, dang. And then I didn't even notice until like we went back and to look at my old channel because I hadn't. Kind of gave me a little bit of confidence, you know. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'm curious. I don't know why that popped in my head today, but it's only on Patreon, so you can subscribe there for $1 if I do it. A mixtape? No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of that case. I will. I'll do British. You know what? I can only do so many at a time. I'll do it. I'm trying to go where I'm guided, so eventually I'll get to it. But she popped in my head today, so that's why I'm trying to go where Spirit's saying. They usually lead me in the right direction, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I try to do different cases on my Patreon because like I don't want to do missing cases or anything like that because you know we need that out there to help find people, but like I wanted to do different stuff like serial killers and um like I did OJ Simpson and I did 2 of Ted Bundy's. Um so yeah, that's what. Yeah, I might do more Ted Bundy. I just wanted to kind of give it a rest because the second one didn't seem as strong as the first, and I feel like I was picking up different serial killers. Because of some of the stuff he was saying, like we don't know if he was in that area, but I mean there is stuff that he validated that we thought he was responsible for. The first reading he really opened up to me. It was really interesting, and I don't know anybody else that has really connected to him. And actually, he was very charming and not scary at all. Um, yeah, but it's on those will be on Patreon. So I mean, people can subscribe for $1 for those kind of cases. It doesn't have, they don't have to subscribe for a crazy amount. You can subscribe for more if you want, but yeah, I don't know. I try to want to kind of keep with my same theme, but I mean, I've never done anything like that, so I don't know what I would really get. I'm so drawn to crime because like me and my grandma used to watch Columbo when I was little, and we were always trying to figure it out. And so it's like the same thing. Like I kind of get to be a detective, but with special gifts. And I don't know why. Like, okay, so my moon is a Libra, and Libras are about justice. Actually, they have the Justice card in the tarot deck. And that's why I said that one past life with me being a lawyer made a lot of sense. But anyways, so that's now I'm a Aquarius Libra, so my humanitarian and my justice kind of go together there, and that's why I feel like I'm so pulled to cases and giving a voice to the voiceless. So I don't know. We'll see which way it goes. We'll see which way. And TikTok. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. I only have like 360 something people on there, but it was so funny because I posted what did I post? I posted OJ like thing that said, "Join my Patreon. Was he guilty? Join Patreon for a reading. Was he guilty?" And I have 6,000 views on it, with like 40 something likes and like 30 something comments all saying he's guilty. And I'm like, that wasn't the point, but okay. The point was to go to Patreon and watch the damn reading. But I mean, it's $1. What can you get it for $1 these days? $1 a month. You can't get much. Can't get much for a dollar these days. I mean, coffee costs more than that. $1 a month, it's like nothing. Most streaming things are like, I don't know, $4 or $5 a month. But what's wrong with my? I was trying to think if I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Well, you might have a different rising and moon because we're not just one in different placements. We're not just one sign. Like, you know what? I was surprised to see that uh, was it Cancer? Cancer has the number one serial killer. He was a Cancer. Was it Cancer or Pisces? Cancer, I think, because me and my mom were talking about it. There's a Pisces or Cancer. Um, he was the most prolific. He has the most that we know about. Yeah, it just depends. It's weird, Shazam, because you don't seem like an Aries, but you know what? My best friend used to be an Aries growing up, so apparently I don't get along with male Aries, but female Aries I do. Just like Geminis, I don't get along with male Geminis. They're but females I'm fine. Yeah, my son's dad's a Gemini. Explains a lot. Right, which is weird, right? I think it's an emotional thing, but it's not just that place. I mean, we're not just one sign, and we have different placements. So, oh, that's another thing. Is our blueprint is connected to our astrology chart. So, from my understanding, and this is not anything that I've heard anybody else say. This is what I was told by Spirit, that our astrology chart interconnects with our blueprint. So that's why we were born like a specific day and time, so that we can match our astrology chart. So that's why a lot of the times, if you have your astrology chart done, like the personality and everything will be right on. Like my grandma had mine done when I was younger, and a big part of it was having gifts and fighting for justice. I have to find it because I have. I was amazed when I reread it, but um, So our blueprint is intertwined with our. That's why, like, I always tell people that, like, babies, they always want to know when babies are going to be born. It's really hard to predict because the babies choose when they're going to be born in accordance with their astrology chart. So they have to be born at a certain day and certain time. So that's why, like, they kind of come when they're supposed to come. Um, well, no, Little was a Pisces, if I remember right. They were going by. I posted an article about it. I thought it was just interesting because I never heard that before. But he was a Pisces and he had like 100. Ah, I see. Makes sense. He's also the god of war. Well, if the baby's not coming, I mean, they have to. They usually know that they're going to have, they usually know they're going to have issues. So. Yeah. Well, let's talk about what I did today, shall we? That's because I just heard it in my head. That's why I said it. So today, because I've been finding objects, me and my friends do this thing where we want to find objects. And I found my friend's daughter's wallet. It had $400 in it. And it was weird because at the same time, my other friend, we were like in a group chat, and her son lost the charger, but didn't tell her. She didn't tell me. And I said, was telling the one with the wallet, check the clothes, because I kept seeing a pile of clothes. So all of a sudden, my friend is like telling her son, check the clothes. And that's where the charger was. After we found the charger, then I found the wallet. And then let's see, what else did I find? I found Shazam's kid's tablet. They were looking for it for a week, and I told her it was underneath the pillow, like, maybe it had fallen a little bit, like, how between the wall and the bed, and that's where she found it. And today, today, another friend was asking me where her car keys were, and I said, check your truck. And they were. She didn't tell me she found them yet. And then, hey, hey, Laura, stop. What is wrong with you? I apologize, guys. Damn, what the freaking problem is today? Jesus. Usually quiet. Anyways, so you guys are going to be staying in the crates from now on when I do lives if you want to act like this. Shitheads. Anyways, so we were talking about the things in the truck. I told her to check the truck, and then I said there's keys in like a middle compartment of a car, and Shazam hadn't even asked me yet. Well, it turns out the other person found the keys in her truck where I said, and she was like, "Oh, well, I was gonna ask you, but my keys were in the middle compartment of the car. I just looked right now." Like, so they didn't even ask me, and I found stuff without them asking me. That was even funny. I was like, "Were you gonna ask me where those keys were?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, I wish missing person were easy to find as things, because I can find things all day long, it seems, but I sure do struggle more with missing people." Maybe they are disappearing. It is good practice. It is good practice. Bad. It is. And sometimes I'm more psychic than others. When people are in tune, we can get in each other's heads. But hey, quit, Gidget. I'd have to focus on a specific one, not all of them, if you have a lot, because stop, Gidget. What is wrong with you guys tonight, dude? What the heck? I think it's because I have my other dog likes to stay in the laundry room and he's doing stuff in there, and so they're like, "What's going on in here?" And as far as the multiple choice, no, because I didn't really have these gifts when I was young. Yeah, Patty. Why were you asking me those questions, Patty? Well, everybody connects differently, so. I mean, I found a location in my dream, so. That's what I was talking about in one of my lives. Like, I went to sleep after talking about this case, someone I was going to work it when I got up. And I saw, like, down the road off the side of the road and, like, the area and everything, like, they pulled it up, like, I was looking at a map. And I'll be damned if that's not where it was found when I woke up, because in the dream it was found. It was weird. She's like, oh, it was just found. And it was found in the area that I was talking about. It's weird. It's like, why can't it always be like that in, like, my dreams or something, or I just wake up and I just know it will be awesome. There's a couple times I've been having, like, after I work a case, I go to sleep and I've been dreaming, like, the night I worked on Maya, I dreamed about the desert all night, but it was like this big, like, I was like up high and it was like this big kind of like thing in the desert. And I don't know. And then I was dreaming about, was it Waverly or something like that? But I was seeing it up high on a map and everything was green, and I don't know where that fits yet. So we do. We have so much fun doing it. And it's good. It's good practice. They just come to me, they're like, hey, I lost this. Can you find it for me? I'm like, cool. Patty, can you tell me why you were asking about that? Patty.
Fudge sticks.
Patty Gemini. We're just talking about Geminis. Patty Gemini. I mean, the only thing I didn't kind of find was my friend, the one I found the wallet. She always comes to me with lost stuff, but she lost like the boat keys, and I found all these other keys, but not the boat keys. Every place I told her to look, she found keys, but they weren't the boat keys. She found them herself, and they were not where I said. That was the only thing. Patty. Did you guys hear noises in the other room? You don't need to freak out. It's just Zeus being dumb. Okay, Patty, you ready? Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some effing alone time, and you know why. You're going through some tough shiz. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired A up and handle it. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are all BS. Forgive, let that shiz go. So hope those made sense for you, Patty. Air. Okay, so the way I was told is, so fire signs are naturally psychic. Air signs pick stuff out of thin air. water signs are natural mediums, and earth signs are natural healers. But it's weird because I'm all of those things. But I know I do have some fire. I just don't know where it's at. But I mean, my rising and my sun are both Aquarius, and then um, my Libra is a moon, so I'm all air in that part. Um, Patty, I want to know how you knew that about my husband. Unless you saw like videos or something, or why you asked. Yeah, exactly. Yep, it can happen. But I'm all air, like, and it's weird because I can't really. I mean, yeah, sometimes I do pluck stuff out of thin air, I guess. Like, I don't realize I do it, but like that's I think where like the names and stuff come that actually hit cases and all that. Like that's like out of thin air. Like if it's random, like sometimes I do get random stuff, but I've become pretty psychic, and I mean I think I'm a really good medium. So I know I do have fire somewhere. I don't know. I had my. I need to find. I hope I brought it, and I hope I didn't accidentally leave it. The chart that my grandma had done because it's like really really accurate. It's like crazy accurate. It basically said I was gonna be a psychic fighting for justice. Is basically what it said, if I remember right. It was crazy. I need to find it. You usually can pay to have it done. I used to do them because I studied astrology, but when you don't use it, you lose it, and I kind of forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do it. We have to have an astrologist do it. You can do like astro.com. Um, yeah, but to get a good one, you need an astrologist to do it. But like astro.com is a good one. Like you can get a lot of stuff on there. I know there's a couple of like astrologists on YouTube. I think they offer it. I don't know, but Astro dot sorry Astro.com is a really good one. Do you guys have any more questions about the other side or anything like that? That like because I know I'm just trying to think if I forgot to mention anything. And I really can't think if I forgot to mention anything because I had a lot I wanted to. Do you guys understand the whole concept of? I guess did I explain it right? The whole concept of what's it called? Soul contracts. That's all up to the soul. Usually, our time about 50 years, but I've seen them come right back. I've seen them come. I mean, I haven't actually given a reading to anybody that's not over there. So, the ones that, and I've given readings to ones like have been gone like 40 years and stuff, and those are harder to give, but can still do it. Um, So, I mean, it just depends. I've also seen like on shows and stuff where they've come right back. Um, and I've seen them come back in the same family. Like it just depends. It has to go. It has to go with like what they choose to do. You know. Um, so I. It, it depends. Like I haven't really seen anybody like only from okay, like watching Long Island Medium stuff, like there's a couple times she said that hers came back. Oh, okay. So there is somebody that I know. This is kind of weird, so I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but because this was like a while ago. This lady I know, she lost her daughter like really young, like I think she was 3 or 5 or something. And she got a reading from me after that. And I think I told her she was going to get pregnant again and it was going to be the same baby or same soul. And she did get pregnant again and she did have a baby. It looks exactly like the one she lost, like to the T. Like, I don't see any difference. And every time I see that kid, I know it's the same soul. Like, I know it is. And I told her that. I don't know if she believes me or not, but I told her it's the same soul. Because she had so much guilt over that because it was like a car accident or something like that. But yeah, so there's situations like that sometimes that happen, but usually it's like 50 years or so. Um, if your loved ones pass and come back before we pass, we still be able to talk to the soul that left us. I don't know if I understand that. We Our loved ones pass and come back. It usually doesn't happen. I mean, it can, but usually doesn't. No, because the soul would be here. No, because he would be here. Um, Not really. If your lessons are over and you don't want to learn anything else, and they say okay, that's fine. So yeah, I guess in a way you can, but your soul has to be evolved enough. But you already said this, but I die and I want to reincarnate. Will I then no longer be able to hang out with my ancestors and could still be able to channel me? Or does life's character always remain and just the soul goes again? I don't know if I understand that question. Um, yeah, no, because you would be here. Like your soul reincarnates, so you're not on the other side anymore when your soul reincarnates. I mean, many people believe that we have, and I mean, yeah, I guess that there's many dimensions where there's many of us living different lives and living different blueprints and things like that. Like we're interdimensional beings. I've heard that before. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess so. And he'll probably more than likely still be over there on the other side. If I'm still here and you're on the other side, I would be able to contact you. But if you've reincarnated, no, I don't believe so. Because your soul it would now be on Earth. I haven't had it happen. Well, I've had it happen with animals where I went to go talk to them, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, they're not on the other side. They're with you. They came back. Like that's happened because they come back too. Like I have a couple reincarnated dogs. I hope I understood that right. I mean, okay, so it's kind of hard to understand. Like it's not the same. Like whenever I was trying to explain this to someone. So whenever I do mediumship, their soul's on the other side. But if I'm looking for someone that's alive, I'm basically connecting to their guides and to like psychically, but I can kind of still connect to them, but it's different. Like I say, like if I get a whole bunch of information, especially a passing, then they're most likely deceased. But if I can't get a lot of information, then they're usually not. It's like a different connection. It's more psychic, but like we can still kind of connect. It's different. I don't know how else to explain it. More than likely, he'll be on the other side when you get there. There's so many souls that they sometimes most of the time they take a while to reincarnate, and sometimes they want to wait till they see us. Because I haven't like that was the only situation I've seen where it's been like that, other than animals. So you think about all the souls that there are, you know. And he's not the only dad you've ever had either. Like, you probably have other souls on the other side, also your dad. I mean, yeah, our higher self does, but not our soul. Like, I know we can connect to our own. I mean, I guess we could connect to their higher self. I mean, that I don't really know. I didn't think about that, Fab. Yeah, I have a walk-in. Remember Zara? She's supposedly Freya. And sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. The way she is with with Zara's puppies, I see it. She's a little crazy, so I think Aurora is one I had when I was a kid. Cheyenne, me and Cheyenne have like a really strong connection, but I don't know if she's one I had before or if it's just because like I could yell at, and I tried this like I on my phone and I'll yell at my phone and she has to come over and stand here and stare at me and sometimes she even paws at me, see if I'm okay. She just started doing that. It's really weird, and me and her have a really strong connection because I saved her 3 times. She had parvo and then she had parasites and then she had a foxtail in her neck, in her throat. But I feel differently about her with everybody else, even though she's a little anxiety. Like I can't take her out in public because she's too protective over me for some reason. Like she wants to bark at anybody that comes near me, which is weird because when I took her to the vet the last time, she wanted to eat the vet, but when the vet took her away from me, she was fine. Like she's just too protective over me, I guess. She was fine when she took her away. It was so weird. I don't have any other dog that acts like that. But um, I don't know. There's something special about our bond. I don't know what it is. Well, that's about right, Shazam. Actually, because they don't. They don't really. Okay, so they can come in our dreams a lot, but we don't always remember it. So we could be over there visiting with them, and we just don't remember. Actually, the dream I had of my husband and my grandma, like I have one every couple years. I don't have them that often, and or I don't remember them that often, I should say. So it doesn't mean that you guys aren't. He's not coming in your dreams, and you're not hanging out. You're just not remembering it, which is we can't remember every time. You know, it doesn't mean that they don't love us and all that. Like I said, I've only dreamed of my grandpa once, I think once or twice in 4 years, and he raised me. So I mean, that's about normal. Sometimes, I mean, it just depends. Yeah, unfortunately, you and your mom have a soul contract that has a lot of issues in it because you need to learn how to overcome them, which is hard because sometimes, it's harder when people have some issues with, you know, have issues. And they chose to come here with those issues a lot of the time. I'm glad you guys like the cards with attitude. I was worried you wouldn't be able to take it. And that's part of your mom's lesson too. So when she gets on the other side, she'll understand. Right. And that's just her. That's her lessons. She doesn't. As a human, she's not understanding really. Right. she's not under. She's just. You know, when she gets to the other side, she'll get it all. But right now, she's just being a human. And she's being a stubborn human. And when people hurt, they seem to blame the wrong people. You know? I don't know what is going on with my throat. Unless we have a spirit that's had something with their throat area. And I keep feeling like I got a frog in my throat. Right. Yep. They can come back over and over sometimes. Sometimes they're a dad, sometimes they're a mom, sometimes they're a kid. Like, we usually have the same soul family, which some people, I'm like, why the hell did I pick them as a soul family? Because right, probably. What is going on with my throat? I wasn't having this issue before, but I feel like, you know, like when you have like a bunch of like phlegm in your throat and you kind of can't breathe really well. Anybody have any of that? Loved one have any of that in this chat room? It's bugging me. I'm also getting tired even just from talking to you guys. Damn it. Anyone? No? Anyone have... It usually is, but we were talking about how Fab has telekinesis, like she can make stuff happen with her mind. I feel like I got a damn frog in my throat. It could be him. Like I can't clear it out. Yeah. And I know, like I said, like we're thinking it's hard to understand. It's hard to understand like why we chose the things, like especially when it has to do with, you know, murdered and missing and all of that. Like it's hard to understand we would choose to have that kind of soul path with someone. But if we're gonna go through something or clear something, we know we're gonna pass anyways. You know, we choose to have a reason behind it. Oh, that would make sense then. Especially since we're talking about him. Haha, very funny. No, I think it might be her dad. She made up and all of a sudden I felt him. Right? Oh man, I used to keep track of everything that happened, like with my husband and stuff, like after he passed, and keeping track of everything. I always tell people to write it all down. It is most likely. I mean, I'm not getting a message. Also not scribbling, and I'm also tired, but he's probably here. And my bad name, of course. Says I got 20 minutes left. No, the spirit does that to me. Spirit will make me feel what they felt. So she's saying he had issues with his throat where he couldn't swallow and stuff like that. And actually my throat's kind of hurting. It's more than likely him. And it's just his way of coming through. like to let her know, because that we were talking about him. Oh, he is. You have to understand that our loved ones are proud of us anyways, because they know and they see from the other side that they understand what our lessons and our paths and our everything are from the other side. So no, it's not my issues. This is a spirit issue. Like I said, this is a thing. Like I tell you guys, I feel what they feel sometimes. And sometimes it's just stronger than other. Like sometimes I'll cough. I notice that coughing is usually the like harder lungs. That just started new. That just started happening. Um, so I'll get a pain like in my stomach. It turns out it like in a certain area. It turns out it's like has to do with the kidneys or whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it more than likely is him. But I'm letting you know that if I wasn't so tired, I would probably be more open channeling. But he's proud of you. They know, they watch and they see everything that we go through. They hold our hand as we go through life. They know and they see everything. They're always watching us. And they know what's going on. Yeah, I know, I agree. I just think I'm too tired to like fully connect. But they totally, and they know our blueprint, they know our path. Even if we mess up, they still love us. They're still proud of us. Thank you, Patty. That means a lot. I'm glad that you found it. I'm glad that people are finding me, because me and Shazam were just talking about that. Hey, Shazam, did he ever push you on the swings when you were a kid? I wish. I wish. I'm not good with names. I'm not good with names at all. I can't. I have a hard time with it. Sometimes I get lucky, but yeah, no. Okay, because I was seeing that. I was seeing him pushing you on the swings. Also, there's a birthday. Okay, right. All right. So those were just happy moments for him. Also, he is showing me a birthday cake and the blowing out of candles. So I don't know. That's usually either a significant birthday party or one has just passed or one is coming up. She is. She's very sweet. I don't know where I would have been this last month without her, honestly. His birthday just passed. Okay. Thank you. I'm getting chills in my legs. I feel like you and him were closer than like you're a daddy's girl, but it was like a different connection than he had with his other kids. I get, he shows me the holding of the hands. So did you either hold his hand, like was that something that you did, or did you hold his hands prior to passing? Hold his hand prior to passing. That's like a new symbol for me. It can sometimes just be in a close relationship. Yeah, I will, Patty. I did pull them for you. You didn't get them? I did pull them for you, Patty, already. You're the last one I pulled for. It's okay, because he didn't want you there anyways. Yeah, he didn't want you there anyways. Let me tell you, I was with my grandfather all day. I went and I told him how I felt. My son did too. 15 minutes after we left, he passed away. They don't want us there. It's too hard. Okay? He says you're a lot like him. Right, you're like his mini-me in a female form. Which means he is a very kind-hearted person. And I feel like if you went to him and you're like, hey, Dad, I need this, I need that. I don't know. I feel like he fix something for you or put together a bike, or there's something with a bike and training wheels, or yeah, she is. She pushes me. Even the days I'm tired, I was like, I can't. She's like, do it. I'm like, you don't understand how draining this is, woman. Okay, he bought you your first bike. Was there something about training wheels? Like he either took them off or put them on or something? I just see him working on the bike. Also, did he struggle to breathe? Oh, okay. So he took them off then or something. Maybe that's why he's showing me take them off, like you weren't allowed to have training wheels, I guess. Like it's symbolic. He has struggle breathing. Struggle breathing. Did he struggle breathing because there's referencing to my chest? I don't know if there's fluid buildup in the chest, but yep, took off. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I've never seen that vision before, but he actually showed me the wrench and the undoing of the bolts of the training wheels. Yes, we do, Patty. That pissed me off so bad. Oh my gosh, I was mad. And he called her a beast. It's like rude. Okay. But I felt like something spread more than just the tumor. Like, um, did his cancer spread or metastasize? I hear metastasize. Maybe I don't know if they knew about it. Was he on a ventilator? Because I heard vent, the word vent. Okay. It was like I hear the word aggressive, so it was aggressive kind of cancer. Okay, one day. Okay. I don't know. He just said vent, so Okay, so he's showing me that he's had his hand on your child that's been in and out of the hospital. He's been watching over him and helping him. That's what he shows me. He shows me he's around him a lot. Just because he says that he needs more. He keeps saying, always my little girl. Yeah. Okay. So he's letting you know that since you ask him that, that's validation that he hears you, okay? Thank you. Appreciate that. So that's just to let you know that he hears what you're saying. So I don't know if he called you little girl or something like that, but he's like, that's my little girl. I feel like there was a lot of special moments too, like a lot of special moments, a lot of special memories that you cherish, that you like think about from time to time, especially like the bike thing, but there's more. I keep getting ice cream. Like, I don't know if there's a memory with ice cream, but I feel like he tried to do special stuff with you. He was very hands on. Very hands on dad. Yeah, I'm getting the chills. Did he give you like dollars or change or something? I see him handing you. I see him handing you like $1 or uh yeah. Right. Like he says don't tell anybody, but she's my favorite. He felt like he just doted on you. He doted on you for some reason. I think you reminded him a lot of him. And he said that he knew that you were special because he's talking about you being a special person. Um, he says that you have a heart of gold, and he says that he loves the way that you take care of your children. He says you're very much like him in that way. You love your kids with all that with all that you have. Yeah, you are. He says you're daddy's little girl. Did you also hold his hand as a kid though? Because I see a little tiny hand in his. There's something with ice cream. I don't know if he took you out for a special ice cream or um yeah. He said it hit you the hardest and he's sorry that he had to go. He's sorry he had to leave. He knows it hasn't been easy losing him and he's sorry that you were left with the responsibility that your mom has put upon you, if that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's pink. I thought it was strawberry, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. He knows the pain and the struggle that you went through in his passing, and he's sorry that you had to go through that. He's sorry that you had to put up with what you've been put through with your mom and that you've been blamed. He says it's not your fault. I know that you probably understand what he's saying with that. He says, oh, thank you, Patty. I love that. You try to be. I'm sorry. He says he wants you to know that you mean the world to him. I don't know why December is coming up. It's either December or Christmas. Because I'm getting my symbol for December or Christmas. I see Christmas lights. So it's usually a passing anniversary, birthday, something connected to you, him, or someone connected to either of you, alive or past. Unless it's just a kind of special memory at Christmas, but it's either December or Christmas. Okay. His last things I got from him, I still have for Christmas. Okay. He's just letting you know. I'm getting chills over here, and it's not cold. He just comes across as a very loving family man and like a one of a kind. Like you don't come across him. You don't come across men like him anymore, kind of thing. I don't know why he keeps showing me a ring. Right. Just really good hearted. Oh, of course. I can't say no to Spirit. Plus, she's been so good to me, anyways. I thought I was too tired to get anything, but I guess I'm not. Oh, that could be what it was. Okay, yeah, you understand how this works. Yeah, it's symbolic. Okay. Yeah, he was there. That must be why he's showing me that, because it was like he was putting it on a finger, but I couldn't figure out if it was he gave you a ring or some other reason. So that makes sense. Yeah, he was there. Of course, they attend all those big functions. He says he wouldn't have missed that for the world. He actually walked you down the aisle, you just weren't aware of it. Did you wear something in memory of him or something like that? Or carry it? Um, if you carried it. I also see a picture of him. I don't know if you have a picture that you carried with you or carried with you. Also, did you think about um okay, but did you carry something with you that day? I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but blue. I was gonna say blue. Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask you if it was blue because I was getting that something blue, something. Yep. Okay. I was gonna ask you if it was blue. That was my next question because it was something. I was getting that something blue. Okay. So that's just validation that he was there. He heard your prayers. Okay. Good night, Tammy. That's what everybody says. I should probably do meditation videos. Yeah. I was gonna ask you that. That was coming in. It was after. I was thinking like that something blue, something borrowed, kind of thing. That was coming in. Um. So, was there a time that you discussed or thought about naming a kid after him? I don't know if it's first or middle because he's talking about someone that carries his name. Okay, I'm getting the chills. It's not cold in Arizona. It's like 70, 80 degrees outside. Um, Wonderful. Yeah. He's just letting you know. And he's held every one of your kids before they came to you anyways. Is that the first son? I was going to say the first son. Yeah, as of saying that, just as you're typing, the first one, right? Okay. Wonderful. Yep. He's just letting you know he knows. Okay. He says you were the most beautiful bride ever, and I'm getting chills as I'm hearing that. He just wants you to know that he approves of Greg. He's like, I approve of Greg. He makes my little girl happy. Right? I feel like he had a hand in you two meeting. I mean, of course you have a soul contract, but he helped you guys meet. And before I need to make sure my computer doesn't die because that would suck. Let me plug in my computer so that it doesn't die on us because it's on 11%. 1 second. Sorry, Junior. You're going to fall. No, don't get out. It's fine. Just do this. I just don't want it to die. That's happened. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, you and Greg are mates, but I feel like your dad had a hand in that, making sure that you were gonna meet. Okay. I have no idea why he's mentioning this. I hear the word chiropractor. I don't know if he went to one, you went to one. I don't know where that's gonna fit or what the heck that I'm hearing that for. Hopefully it makes sense because that I don't know. I'm also getting the number 11. So 11th month, 11th day, 11 years. Oh, okay. I didn't even make it. I'm glad because they're like, Mom, it's time to take me outside now. Okay, 11. There you go. Okay. So he's just validating your kids and that he knows, I feel like he's around them a lot. And he had, like, he met them all before you did. I feel like he shows me, him handing them off before they come. Um, all your kids. He says that your daughter's a little firecracker. He used that word. I'm hoping that sounds like him. Right. And that could be another validation that he's saying because he's mentioning the 11-year-old and him knowing what he looks like. So he's just saying that he's been around. So that's why he brought that up. Yep. So he's saying your daughter's a little firecracker. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's probably why he brought him up. Or his age, so that you would know the one I was talking about. And that could be validated. Okay. You actually call her that? That's funny. So he's just giving you all kinds of validations to let you know that he's around you all the time. Even if you don't dream of him, he's there. And you talk to him a lot still, don't you? You asked. I gave cards earlier for you. Yeah. Okay. She kind of tomboyish. I know why I see her like in a hat and like I don't know. He says she's kind of tomboyish, I guess, like not girly girl. Did you just say I love you at some point? Because I heard I love you too. Okay. Well, who's the one? Is there? Did your oldest one ever play sport? Is there one that's into sports? Because he's talking about sports or something. I don't. Okay. So he's just talking. He's just validating your children for you. Okay. He knows what's going on. He's just bringing up stuff that he knows is going on. Oh, my husband. Yeah. He just wants to let you know that he's proud of you. He sees that you've struggled, like it's been hard with your sick kid, but he's been with you from day one with that. Um and he says, I know that you felt my strength and you've gotten my strength from me. Um he has a lot of pride for you. He loves the way that you've turned out into this beautiful person, this strong woman. He says, you really do make him proud. And he's smiling, like he's beaming with with pride. Like he just dotes over you. He just thinks the world of you. Um, and remember, they can see our heart and everything. Um, yeah, he's there, and I think he's helped you through it, and he's helped your son through it. So he says, I had to just let you know I was here. I just heard that in my head. I had to just let you know I was here. I know that you need me so much and you want me so much. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. I promise I'm not going anywhere, he says. He says, I know it's different than me being there physically, but I'm here. And he puts his hand on your shoulder as a sign of saying that he's there by your side with his hand on your shoulder. He's doing that now. So let me know if you feel something on your shoulder. And he's leaning down and kissing you and saying, I love you, baby girl. Hang tough, okay? I hope that helped you, because he would not leave me alone. Now the throat is gone. The thing with the throat is gone. So, other than a headache I have now. Um, Hattie, I'm glad. I'm glad. I bet you do. Wonderful. I hope that all that validation lets you know that he's watching you, and he's watching your kids, and he's around, you know. Um yeah, it doesn't feel like it did, definitely. Beautiful. See, when spirit does that, I can't ignore them, because they won't go away till I say what they want to say. Um, they just won't. So even if I'm tired, I got to do it, because they will just keep at me until I say it. That's like whenever I say things in readings and I'm adamant about it, it's because they will repeat it until I say it. And it might not make sense to me, but hopefully it makes sense at one point. Oh, okay. I didn't know why you were asking. It's fine. Oh. Oh, why would you be scared? There's no reason to be scared at all. Yep. Why? They don't have judgment over there. That's why I keep trying to tell you guys. There's no judgment. There's no judgment of anything. Um, they understand everything from a higher perspective. I was alive. Um, I think she spent it, Heather. I don't. I think it. I think it's been spent. Stop eating hay. My dogs freaking ate the rabbit's hay on the ground. Stupid. Yep. I'm glad. Well, like I said, he wouldn't leave me alone anyways, so. uh, Spirit's funny that way. I mean, I don't get bugged, but in situations like this, I can get bugged. Um, but it's like I'm walking around my normal life. I don't feel like a medium. I don't feel like anything really, because I don't get bugged like that. And I think that's my guides. So my guides will let through. I wasn't asking about him to be rude. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, stop it. Hey! Stop, damn it. What the heck? What's your problem? Lay down. You guys are going to be in the crate next time I do a live. You can't behave yourself. You're usually the good dogs. Stop. Yeah. No, you're not offending me at all. Well, it's been spent by someone. I see it being spent on stuff. I don't know who did it, but I don't think it's in the house. You're not being rude. No, it's cool. I was just wondering why you were asking. I was just wondering why you were asking about him. That's all. That's all. I thought maybe you were getting some psychically or something. I didn't know. I was like, how does she know that? So no, you're cool. Don't worry about it. You're all good. You're all good. Yeah, I have a book on Amazon. Like I said, it's from a different level, looking at addiction and twin flames, addiction, and um, abuse, things like that from a different perspective from the other side. I'm glad, Grammy. I know. I'm happy that I have 2 subscribers here that used to be my old subscribers, because we were just talking about how we were trying to get my old subscribers over here, and like we couldn't figure out how to get a hold of anybody because like our comments kept being deleted. So I'm glad that people are finding me again, and you guys are letting me know. Yeah, no, I don't see that money in the house. I see it being spent by someone. I don't know. Whoever found it spent it. Because I don't. I'm glad. It's all right. Anybody that calls me fake Shazam can always since I find her stuff and give her readings, she can always vouch for me. She already told me she would. You're welcome. I hope it's right. It's just what I just what's being shown to me is it being spent. I don't know who's spending it though, or who spent it. I don't think it's still there. I'm not getting anywhere in the house. Why? No need, Patty. You're all good. No, I was just wondering why you're asking. That's all. You're cool. That's all right, dude. It's been 10 years. I understand things from a whole different level. It's totally cool. I don't know why you feel like a jerk. There's no reason to feel like a jerk. You're all good. Wonderful. I'm glad. Well, bet you weren't expecting that tonight. God dang cat. What is up with them tonight? Jesus. My cat is always chasing the bugs, and he always knocks down the damn lamp. We'll be right back. I'm gonna have to get off this thing anyways. I got court in the morning. Hey, what the heck? Dude, Roswell, I'm gonna kick your butt, man. You need to quit doing that shit. It's pissing me off. Almost every night you knock that shit down, and you're breaking my lampshade. It's annoying. My lampshade doesn't even want to sit on there right because of him. He does that all the time. No. You didn't make me feel anyway, girl. No, Patty, stop. You're good. I was just asking. You're all good. You're all good. You're fine. I already said you were fine. I was just curious why you were asking. That's all. No, stop. You didn't make me feel any kind of way at all. No, like I said, it's been 10 years. I'm fine. I was just curious how you knew about him. That's all, or how you knew what he looked like. That was it. I hope she didn't leave. I told her it was fine. I'm fine. It's been 10 years. It doesn't bother me anymore. Hey, don't. Patty! Stop. No, you didn't make me feel uneasy. No. You're fine. No, you didn't make me feel uneasy at all. You're cool. It's fine. I was just asking how you knew what he looked like. That's all. That's it. You're good. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Cheyenne, see, now she thinks there's something wrong with me. You're all good. Like I said a million times, you're all good. It's all good. I don't care. I talk about him all the time. It doesn't bother me. It's been 10 years since he's been gone, and I know my lessons I had to learn. I know he saved my life. It's good. It's all good. All good in the hood, right? Yes. You didn't make me feel any way. I promise. I promise. You didn't make me feel any way. Stop. Freaking dogs are getting antsy. Stop. Hold on. They're getting antsy. I'm gonna have to go. I suppose like that went live, but started to question her validity. So yesterday, I tried finding someone else live and found you, and already you are much more. Thank you. I appreciate that tonight. Yeah. But no, Patty, you're still here, right? I swear you didn't make me feel uneasy. I don't want you to ever think that. I really, really don't want you to think that. Please don't think that. I was just curious. That was all. I was just curious how you knew what he looked like. That was it. And that was before I knew you were from my old channel. So I promise. It's cool. Oh, Shazam, that means a lot. I know. I found a missing person for Shazam. Well, kind of. I told her where she was, and they found him the next day. But yes, dude, I will. Shazam will tell you. I'm straight up. I'll tell you if you make me feel a certain way. I don't have no problem hiding no feelings. I straight up tell you how it is. You guys should know that from following me, anyways. If I got a problem with you, I'll tell you. Promise. Well, you helped me through too, Shazam. You have no idea. Because I had a rough couple months too. But I'll tell you straight up. Yep. And I would have told you, like, if it bothered me, I would have been like, dude, why are you mentioning him? What's going on? That bothers me. Nah, I don't care anymore. Like I said, he's been gone 10 years. I work with him in spirit. It's all good. It doesn't make me feel any way anymore. I got no reason to lie about nothing. I hope she didn't leave. I don't know why Patty would feel that I felt that way, but that's gonna bother me now because I never want to make anybody think that, and leave because of that, because that's no. Felicia case is kind of bothering me. I had such a hard time picking up stuff on that though, but I don't know. I feel like okay, Patty, please stay. Thank you, featured pick. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you say anything in here. Dude, we're all good. We're BFFs. I'm glad you found me again, Patty. I'm so glad you're back. Like I said, I was telling Shazam I wish I could find my old subscribers. So I'm glad you're here. Promise. Cross my heart. You're cool, Patty. You're cool. I like you a lot. Even if you are a Gemini. I get along good with girl Geminis. It's guy Geminis that. Oh, man. I knew you were going to say that for some reason. I just had a feeling you were going to say that. I don't know why. I just had a feeling you were going to say you were Gemini after I said that. I did. I was like, I can't log in, blah, blah. They never got back to me. They are so hard to deal with. So I told them when I couldn't get back logged in, I was like, I can't get back logged into my account. Like, what's going on? And they never like got back to me or nothing. They said that they deleted all my videos because I was hacked, and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm right here. But maybe I was, and I didn't know. I don't know. But I messaged them multiple times about it, and they just never did anything. Never got back to me about it or anything. I might try to message them again. I tried to. It's not even popping up anymore like it used to. Like you have the channels up there, and it usually does. It's not even popping up anymore. So I haven't contacted them since they did it like 3 years ago. So I got like irritated. I was like, screw this. I'm just going to start a new channel. I can't get into this channel. They're a pain in the ass to work with, pain in the ass to get a hold of. You can only contact them through email. I don't have Twitter. I can never figure out how Twitter works. I had one, but I can't figure out how to use it. So all right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm probably gonna get off here. I'm tired. I have to get up super early. I have court in the morning, which is like pointless because he lives with his dad. So, and he's 17. But whatever. So I have to go to court for that in the morning, and then I have to work probably if it's not raining. We're gonna build a new goat enclosure, so I don't know if I'm gonna be around. I'm probably gonna be dead tired tomorrow. Hoping we can work on a new podcast on Saturday because we like to record on Saturday, but Natalie has had COVID, so we are a couple weeks behind. You said Christmas time, and my dad would bring us all to parents' house, and we would drive with his head out the window and makes us laugh. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, multiple meetings, remember? So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Grammy. I'll get back to you on email right now. I hope Patty's okay. I don't like anybody to feel like they make me feel uncomfortable or they need to leave the live or anything like that. Like, yay, I'm so glad. Do you guys like this kind of content? Like talking about spiritual stuff? I don't know, like, I just had the idea because I was talking to Shazam about this stuff, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should do a live on this. I don't know what I would talk about though, but if you guys like this kind of thing, we can do this kind of thing too. I don't know what else to really talk about. I have to try to figure some things out, I guess. Like, I'd be cool if you guys emailed me or topics or something like that. Well, last time I did live readings, no one wanted one, so I kind of gave up on that for a while because, like, I just wasn't. I sat here for like 20 minutes, like begging people to get a reading. I felt stupid. So, but if you guys like this kind of content and there's like certain topics you want to know about, email me a topic. And if I don't know about it, I'll learn about it. We can talk about it. So, yeah. I do more lives. I like to do my lives with readings for donations, but yeah, let me know what you want to know about because I have no idea. Like, email me with topic ideas at thepsychicsleuth@gmail, or if you have me on Facebook, message me. I think you do have me on Facebook, Sarah. I'm not sure. But message me topics like you want to talk about. That way, like, I know what to talk about. Like tonight, I knew what to talk about, and I hope I covered everything because I started answering questions. I think I did. I don't know where I left off at, so hopefully. but I'm glad you guys liked it. If you're interested in a private reading or the class, please email me or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. It is, definitely. Aw, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because that means it was a good reading and it was healing. Healing is when you cry. I always like when people tell me they cry in their readings because it means you're starting to heal. And it was usually a good reading whenever that happens. So, exactly. I mean, I try to be versatile. Versatile. I mean, crime is my passion, but I also like to teach and teach people things so that they can understand it. Like, you know, when they're watching cases and when I'm talking about soul contracts and all that, blueprints, they know what I'm talking about. And they kind of understand it. So, all right, it was fun. Thanks for hanging out. Patty, please come back. Grammy. All right, guys, much love to you all. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being with me tonight. Thank you for hanging out. I was a little stressed out when I was on the wrong channel and I only had like 2 people. I'm glad that I realized I was on the wrong damn channel. Oh man, I feel so bad about Patty. Oh, it's breaking my heart. Okay. I hope I didn't lose her. I'll see you guys soon.